What is up, guys? Logan here from Geeks of the West. How you all doing? So recently, Sony announced that only some PS2 games are coming to the PlayStation 4, and I predicted this. I mean, I don't remember if I predicted it in my video, but I was thinking it to myself, and I've been thinking it recently. I kind of expected this because listen, PS4 backwards compatibility wasn't gonna be disc based at all. So that to me was kind of a dead giveaway. Look, it's kind of a cash and grab because, God forbid that you're able to pop in a PS2 disc on your PlayStation 4 and play it, which is what you're able to do on the Xbox One, by the way. Now, listen, I still have my PS2, so I don't care that much about backwards compatibility, but this is Sony throwing shade at their consumer. It's basically a middle finger to those who do care about backwards compatibility. The excuse that, Sony PS4 developers had was, well, you're going to have the same features on those games that you do with these games. They're going to be kind of upgraded a little bit. They're not going to be remasters, but they're going to look a little bit better, run a little bit smooth, a little bit more smooth, and you're going to have, the updated controller that'll be completely compatible with. Which, I mean, look, fine, whatever. But I own Resident Evil 4 on my PS2. And admittedly, I bought it for the PlayStation 3, the HD remaster. And honestly, I can't tell the difference between the two, other than the fact that, I didn't buy Resident Evil 4 on a disc on the PlayStation 3, so there's no scratches, so it runs a little bit more smooth. And, some of the minor bugs that I encountered in Resident Evil 4 were fixed on the PlayStation 3. So, whatever, there's that. But a full $15 when I can just buy a PS2 game on Amazon for 2, 3, $4, or probably spend that much money driving to my local used video game store, recycled video games, and, take a couple PS2 games off the shelf. They have a plethora of video games on the wall, basically, that I can just grab, take it, go to the counter, pay, go back home, and I'm set. I'm set. I have that game, which I could probably get two PS2 games, high-end PS2 games. I'm talking like Killzone, and then you'll say Resident Evil 4 for $15 together at my used video game store. It'll probably be $10, $7 total, especially since they offer like a bundle. If you buy two of them, they're even cheaper. And then, the amount of gas that I use, depending on, which route I like to take. I like to take the long route, so it'll probably be about $15. Other than that, it'll probably be total about $10. So, there's that, where I could just walk, take an hour, and just go, get some exercise while I do it. Buy the game, walk back home, take another 40 minutes to an hour, get some more exercise. Meaning I could eat another meal by that time and not feel guilty about it. Imagine you bought a brand new PS2 game at the time for $40, $39.99. You bought it for $40, even $20, 10 years, 11 years later, you still have this game. You can play it on your PS2, or say you don't have your PS2 anymore, you don't have the game anymore, or you might have the game for some reason, or you don't have the game anymore. You can just get it for Amazon for $4, borrow somebody's PS2, buy PS2 for $20, $40. Right? You could do that. But games are available on the PS4, and you're like, oh, cool, PS2 games available on the PS4, I don't need to get PS2. But then you have to pay $15 to buy a 10-year plus old game. That's basically the same thing, maybe just some extra features when you already paid $20. And some games were even as cheap as $9.99 after a while. Brand new games came out as $40. I mean, versus $3, $4 you can get on Amazon or at your local used video game store, depending on where you live. It's kind of expensive. I mean, I guess, it beats, I guess if you take an account for gas and whatnot. But the thing is what if you have that game already on a PS2? And the thing is only some PS2 games are going to be brought over to the PlayStation 4. It's kind of a cash grab. I mean, only, like, they're going to take the best sellers and put them on the PS4. They're going to do that. And then maybe some of the generic PS2 games that were really easy to make and they're just going to port it over. They're going to do that. And look, admittedly, there is a problem with the Xbox One's backwards compatibility because the matter of the fact is not every 360 game is going to be compatible on the Xbox One. Whatever. No big deal. But the fact that most of them will be, that you don't need to repurchase the game, maybe have it to where you can repurchase the ones that aren't compatible. But there is an obvious difference between when we're comparing PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 4 versus Xbox 360 and Xbox One. You were able to pop in most PlayStation 1 games right into your PlayStation 2, so you didn't have to keep that hunky, that hefty PlayStation 1 around. Anyway, that's my opinion on it. I feel like it's just a cash grab. Thank you guys for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Check out my other videos. Peace out, guys.